Hey, what's going on, Internet? Welcome back to another Magic Duels Origins First Takes. This time we're gonna do a little Boros, Valor, and Akros deck. So I know there's a lot of chatter on the forums, like people wanting to see, or see what everyone's Valor and Akros deck looks like, and to a lesser extent Flameshadow Conjuring. So I decided let's do them both at the same time. So max copies of Valor and Flameshadow. So real quick, we'll go over to the deck. 1 Gideon, 3 Elite Vanguard, 4 Suntail Hawk, 2 Knight of the White Orchid, 3 Consul's Lieutenant, 2 Reprisal, 4 Dragon Fodder, 3 Thopter Engineer, 4 Ghirapur Gearcrafter, 4 Kytheons, Gideons, whatever the fuck, tactics, 1 Kiran and Kel Nalaar, 3 Valor and Akros, 2 Flameshadow Conjuring, 24 land, 12 plains, 6 mountains, 2 Clifftop retreat, and 4 Boros Guildgate. So these are the 2/5 cards we're building around Valor and Akros. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. So, I mean, these guys will only, trigger one. Then you have the Dragon Fodder, which triggers it twice. And then the Engineer, the Gearcrafter, trigger it twice. And then Kiran and Kel will get you the oh baby a triple trigger. And the Flameshadow Conjuring, whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay an extra red. If you do, put a token onto the battlefield as a copy of that creature. That token gains haste, blah, 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 blah. So that actually, it doesn't really do anything with Gideon. Well, extra 2 damage with Vanguard, 1 with Hawk. In some cases, getting, 2 Knight of the White Orchid triggers in the same turn. Something that can happen, or sometimes you just get none. Another Lieutenant. Doesn't work with Dragon Fodder, but our real ETBs are, our 3 and 4 red drops. Our Engineer, Gearcrafter, and Kiran and Kel. So these two actually work pretty well together. Now, if you look at the mana, it's actually only 12 red sources and really heavy white. That's just because all our early game is white, and then we really only need the red till later. Also, the thing you gotta understand with Flameshadow Conjuring, with your red guys, like I said, it basically adds another red mana symbol to their cost. But as far as the mana goes, you usually have, at least double red, if not triple red, by the time, you have a Flameshadow Conjuring. And I don't know what this Connect is doing. It's just fucking trolling me at this point. So, with the Flameshadow Conjuring out, you really got to read this as, 2 colorless, 2 red. Same here. And then, triple red, 2 colorless. They say I only have 1 Kiran and Kel. It's actually, it's decent, but it's not like, the game changer that many thought it was going to be when the game first came out. I'm comfortable just going down to 1. It is not better than a Tactics. Like, the reason why you have 4 Tactics, you just play so many little small idiots that, you want, a way to win when you're not drawing Valor or even to a lesser extent Flameshadow Conjuring. So that's what Tactics does to you. It's just like a poor man's Boros tokens deck. Well, we don't have Raise the Alarm and shit like that. As far as now people are like, oh, what the fuck is this Suntail Hawk? I originally had the Token Free Blades, but in this style of deck, the Free Blades are not that great. Because 1, we're not running any fucking burn to quote unquote push creatures out of the way. So, hold on a second. Sorry about that. So, just having the evasive creature in there, to get the benefit from Tactics and Valor has proven to be just so much better than just having a vanilla 2/2 that can become a 3/3. But like I said, we don't have, we're not running the auras, we're not running any burn spells. Like, really, our only reactive cards are 2 Reprisals, because if we're facing down an opposing board full of small idiots, we're usually fine with that. What this deck will lose to is 1 big idiot, or 1 small idiot with a bunch of auras on it. So instead of, running Twin Bolts or Fiery Impulses and shit like that, my reactive card will just be the Reprisal. And if you don't need it, okay, that's good too. But yeah, so I just found, like, the Hawks are actually, better in this style, like, not better card than Freeblade, but better in this deck. And then, the Consul Lieutenant, if that gets renowned, and it's usually, in the early game, you don't have too much trouble this getting renowned as long as you're not facing down a fucking Perilous Mirror. Which, you know, if there's a bunch of perilous mirrors in the way, you don't have to win right away. With this kind of deck, like, you know, if you stall out, then you just win with a huge Valor or Tactics turn. But, you know, once he's renowned, and when he swings and he's renowned, he gives all your other idiots +1/+1. So kind of another Lord, a poor Lord effect. Now, Gideon, I mean, he is the 4th Elite Vanguard, but he's also not very difficult to flip in this kind of deck. I mean, you can flip him as early as turn 3. You know, just Gideon, double 1-drop, turn 3 swing. Gideon, a Dragon Fodder, turn 3 swing. You know, even turn 4, I mean, because, you know, once outside of your white dudes, all your red dudes are giving you 2 or 3 bodies. So this is a good home for Gideon. But yeah, it's not too different from the Blue-White Flyers deck. Except, you know, the Blue-White Flyers deck that also plays Tactics, like, it's kind of harder to take advantage of something like Valor or even Flameshadow, because they don't really have ETBs. But yeah, pretty simple deck. This is my take on if I was to build a deck around this poor art and this, I guess, kind of cool art. That's what I would do. So let's take it out. So like I said, in this deck, like you do want to get a lot of incidental damage in at the beginning, which is why, you know, we run the Elite Vanguards. But if you stall out, it's, you know, not the end of the world. You just set up for a big Tactics or Valor turn. And, you know, if they have a fucking sweeper, they have a fucking sweeper. What are you gonna do? These style of decks are always gonna be soft to sweepers. This one, I was actually testing this deck against the AI, and it went turn 5 Conclave Naturalist, turn 6 Naturalist, turn 7 Naturalist for all 3 of my Valors. And this was like, you know, I thought I was fortunate. I'm like, oh, sweet, I drew all 3 Valors, you know, in the top third of my deck. And of course, the AI is going to draw all 3 of their 4/4 enchantment hate in the top third of their deck. Just ridiculous. Makes me want to put on my tinfoil hat. So there's Hard Times, Jace. Oh, it's Hovan again, that bitch. All right, well, let's see what he's running. Oh, this is the worst hand ever. And this is fine. I mean, we don't have a turn 1 play. Blue. What did he run last time? Okay, yeah, so Lieutenant into Engineer is good. I can't remember what that guy ran against us, but it was nonsense. I think he was like rank 15 when we played him last time. Well, he can't counter this. We don't have the second red for Keenan and Kel, but whatever. So he's probably gonna drop a... What's his face? It's Jaboy Merklurker in the way. Which, what are you gonna do? Yep. See, I think he was like playing like... I don't know what the fuck he was playing. It was a weird deck. So we gotta watch out for a Languish. But, you know, we'll get in for our 1. He can't really attack. I don't think he wants my Consul's Lieutenant to get renowned. And this bitch is still watching damage effects. So why am I calling him a bitch? I think, oh, he wouldn't let the lethal Twin Bolt resolve before leaving. He couldn't stand the extra 2 seconds. Alright, so that's a bit of a problem. But, you know, he doesn't have a good attack with Merklurker. Question is, what are we going to do? If we draw a red, we just play the parent. If not... I think we'll just do this. So, I mean, he could, you know, be random and be running a Languish in his Whirler Rogue deck. So, I mean, that's not that big a deal. I gotta get rid of him somehow. I mean, if he has another Whirler Rogue, like, we're in trouble. Yeah, why wouldn't you? Oh yeah, I forgot this guy plays like fucking 70. It's always the 70 card decks that I lose to. It's nuts that they have these 60 card draws in their fucking fat stacks. So at 4, 63, 4, 5, 66, 70 cards. Alright, so we have a Conjuring. I don't think it really makes any sense to play this Vanguard here. So we'll just chill. I mean, I can play it next turn and trigger it, but then he just blocks with its Jaboy. Yep, he's still playing the same deck. You have a lot of fun just playing the same deck over and over. Couldn't tell you. But yeah, we're going to need a Tactics or a Valor. I don't really think it behooves us to play any additional cards here. But I don't know. I mean, would I play Keenan and Kel without the third red? That's the question. I guess the question is, if I get a second red, do I just slam this and don't get the Flameshadow trigger? I could not tell you. But you know, all our non-land top decks are pretty good. Alright, there's a Tactics. Is this a Tactics turn? I mean, fuck it. When else are we going to do it, right? So we'll make a clone of the Vanguard. We'll Tactics. And we'll swing for a bunch. If he wants to gain some life, he can gain some life. He's got to throw a lot of power in front of this Consul's Lieutenant. Like, it's got to be the Lurker and the Rogue. But no, he's just going to let the Lieutenant get renowned. Maybe he has an answer for it next turn. I mean, these 3/4s, I mean, I don't care if they die. Alright, I don't think he understands how First Strike works, which is good for me. They usually don't. And actually, I don't lose anything. That's nuts. And he loses everything but his... Stop listening! Stop listening. So anyways, I didn't lose anything, and he lost everything but a Merc Lurker. So there's some of the weirdest blocks I've ever seen. Yep, so he has the Languish. He didn't even swing first. So fucking Whirler Rogue, Languish control. So yeah, 5 lands. I'm at 5 lands, but I'm not going to wait for the extra trigger on Night. Just going to get in my 2 damage now. So maybe that's why he made the blocks he did, because he knew he was going to Languish, but whatever. Like I said, this is not a strong deck against sweepers, and the 70 card deck, you know, basically fucking hard countered us with 2 Whirler Rogues and a Languish. Which is, you know, par for the course. Par for the course for fucking this channel. And I just spilled Coke all over my left leg. And you gonna get a Whirler Rogue? Of course you are. Ah, and it's a 4/4 Rogue. Well met. So, yeah. So I wonder what 10 cards are in his deck that, you know, aren't the tuned part. Who can know? Alright, well at least now we get a land. Hell yeah, I want to use this ability. So yeah, but he's at, you know, he's at 6 lands, so we don't get the extra trigger. Let's bluff a combat trick. Does not fall for the bluff. So it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, we have 11 other red sources, so it's kind of nuts that we haven't found it for a Keenan and Kel. But I mean, you know, in that fat stack, he had to find the Languish, and then he has a Sphinx's Tutelage. Like, these decks are just all over the place. It's fucking unbelievable. Oh yeah, he was playing the Thornbow Archers. Hey, H to the Izzo. What the fuck? Yeah, another guy who doesn't understand combat math. His Thornbow Archer actually represents more damage. You know, he's got one card left, but we're on a 4-turn clock. Plus the clock from the tutelage. Yeah, of course. Well, on the bright side, we'll get 2 extra 1/1s if we rip a mountain off the top. Oh, there goes our mountain. And a gear. Jesus, all 3 Whirler Rogues in this fucking shit fucking fat stack? Like, what a joke, dude. What a joke. I don't understand how the fat stacks draw so good against me every single time. It's unfucking real. Like, this guy cast 4 Whirler Rogues on me, and one of them from a summons. Alright, so there's our 3rd red. Yep. I will keep the one that's not going to immediately die. So I don't know. Can we still win this game? I'm not really certain. Oh yeah, the Kytheon's deck too. Yeah, I don't even think a Tactics off the top will win us this game. So fat stack has Languish, we lose, basically. Oh well. What can you do? Anyone watching this who thinks this deck is not good, and we go to 1, I mean, there's no sense in chump blocking there. Like, what's the point? Yeah, no, even a Tactics isn't gonna do it. Nothing does it. Yeah, we have a Gearcrafter. I don't know, maybe we can still win this. What do you think about just block it, dude? Is this guy, yeah, this guy's he's worried about me shooting it. Yeah? I mean, I might as well shoot it. Alright, let's see if he figures it out. He just makes something unblockable. That's all you gotta do. Alright, so he figured it out. So, good job, Fat Stack. Yeah, play out your lands. Yeah, and a Bloodflow Connoisseur. You are a fucking A+ deck builder. A+. I mean, you know, I could have like just had a flurry of chump blocking there at that last turn, but there's really no point. I mean, I lose pretty much my whole board. But I don't know. Maybe I should have just, you know, traded everything away. That's probably my fault. We could have won that game. But I guess I was just in such awe that that's the anthem, pull your diapers up. Fucking would draw that good. What the fuck? Yeah, because that fucking douchebag wants to keep disconnecting at the end of every game. Alright, so good for him for having a Languish on time in his 70 card deck. A 2 of on time. Because otherwise, this deck wasn't going to do anything. As you can see, Flameshadow's okay. It's not integral. Like, Flameshadow's not going to win you a game like a Valor or a Kytheon's Tactics will. It's just kind of a supplemental card. Oh, shit. Alright, playing it's a 40. Are you two gonna have the fucking Languish on time? I mean, this is a shit draw. I mean, a shit hand, but whatever. We'll have 4 bodies for a Tactics. But, he could be playing a, Twin Bolt, and then we'll just get hard countered, as usual. I mean, I'll still play the Gearcrafter here. Like I said, we have 12 total red sources. See fucking mono white auras? I mean, this is why I run the reprisals over the other shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna take a turn off for a Guildgate. So anything that sucks is Grasp, like, pushes out of the way. And it still has Vigilance, so I can't fucking, swing back. Mono White Foundry. Excellent. Thing is, how aggro am I gonna go? Like, do I wait for this Flameshadow? What are these decks? I don't understand them. Maybe swings. I'll just fucking block. I don't give a shit. Like a mountain. There we go. So there's some weird hard counters we're running into. Like, why can't we just play like the established like elf meta? I can just start making lots of dudes. Okay, rank 40 Juggernaut. Can't say that's something I was expecting. Yeah, you can renown that. I don't care. Thing is, why did it have to be a flyer in the way of all my other flyers? I don't think Consul's Lieutenant is the play this turn. Question is, do we let that fucking Juggernaut hit us? The answer is, I don't know. I might take one hit from it because we have a pretty huge tactics turn next turn. Whether or not it's lethal, I couldn't tell you. At least not yet. It would be close to lethal. Depends on how he swings. He has to swing at the Juggernaut. Alright, I've decided I'm not going to block the Juggernaut. Okay, that is a mistake, my friend. Alright, can I kill him next turn is the question. Well, he has to block. So he's taking 9 in the air. Plus, whatever's coming into the ground. So let's see if he survives. He has to block 9 plus another 12 on the ground. So 21. So he has to block at least 1 on the ground. But then both Juggernauts get through. Oh wait, I can't even tactics this turn. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, I can. Alright. Alright, we're going all in. If he has removal, like this is what we do with this deck. We just go all in. So if he survives this turn and he has removal for the Consul's Lieutenant, we lose. But he has to block at least one thing. I could have played it safe and took a turn off with the Dragon Fodder, but then I'm only getting in for 3 damage that turn, and that just seems pretty bad. Well, I could have Flameshadowed the Consul's Lieutenant and then had Dragon Fodder back, but then I'm not swinging with anything else. He just takes it. Alright, then I guess you're just dead. Rank 40 math. Rank 40 damage effects. That's someone who's played a lot. Like, how do you get that high and not get annoyed by that? So that guy's still watching damage effects. He can't do math. Good for you, Arc Taylor. Stay in school. So, I mean, that was a risky play, but sometimes you just go for it. All right, one more. Again, a nice indicator that rank does not equal skill. My guy's watching damage effects, can't do combat math. But he's rank 40. Rank 40 Juggernaut. He really only had to block 1, so he'd probably have to give up, you know, the free blade. And again, you know, it's still lethal if he has, you know, a grasp for our Consul's Lieutenant. Well, I guess Flameshadow was alright that game. I really wish it'd be Valors. I wish we could just run 4 Valors, but we can't. And look at this fucking goth cake. Ice, XXXXX. Is your mom gonna let you get plugs for your 12th birthday? Why did I keep this hand? Hoping that I draw into creatures? I just pressed the button. Fuck. Fuck me. Alright, we got a 61 card person. Yeah, why the fuck did I keep this hand? I wish it would have been a Glory Chaser into a fucking Aura. That would have been awesome. Oh, well, we have a Gearcrafter. Doesn't really match up too well with a Goblin Arsonist, but what can you do? Love a 2-drop here. I mean, he's going to get a lot of mileage out of his Nantuko Husk and Bloodflow Connoisseur this game. It's because of all our 1/1s. But I'm not going to block here. If he wants to trade, so be it. Or if he wants the 1 damage and I get back in for 2. So yeah, so he has the Husk. Yeah, there's no sense in blocking here. Yeah, I think you know, we're gonna have to forgo conjuring some flames this game. Being on the bright side, I do have a reprisal for when he decides to go nuts with that Nantuko Husk, but I'm just gonna get my dudes out there now. I'm not gonna hold up reprisal. What I could have done is held up reprisal and bluffed the double block on the Husk and then, you know, took a turn off. Oh, he's got Flameshadow. He's not gonna do anything. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get Valorous, dog. Let's see. Actually, we did that, you know, pre-combat, because if he wants to shoot this down on my turn, then he can go ahead because he loses the 2 damage from the Husk. But you know, we're all set up, ready to go now. Yeah, Chief of the Foundry in a deck with no artifacts. That's fascinating. I don't care, I'll just take it. I'll take 6 damage. Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm not gonna block that Arsonist. Alright, so now he's... I mean, it's down to 2 cards. I think I can take another hit. I want to set up a nice Flameshadow turn with a Suntail Hawk. I mean, I don't think we're going to die this turn. Yes, I'm leaving down Reprisal again. But, you know, I'm setting up for something big. I'm setting up for a +2/+2 all my guys, plus Reprisal his guy. Or even a +2/+2 all my guys, plus a Tactics. Let's go, Hot Topic. I mean, I'm probably getting super greedy here, but... Okay, that sucks. Well... He's gonna sack it anyways. We're at 9. So let's see. Do we have lethal yet? Nope. Alright, so I'm not gonna play out the Tactics this turn. Actually, is this lethal? 9 + 6. Nope, not yet. It'll be lethal next turn. At least it should be. At least I have Reprisal up now. Oh no. That sucks. Stop listening. God damn it. I'm gonna fucking break that thing. I'm not doing anything to trigger it. Okay. I'm gonna wait for him to... I mean, I'm going to Reprisal it. But I think he's got us anyways. He's not even gonna swing first. This guy's retarded. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't swing first. Yep. Yep. You have a twin bolt. So, wow, nice turn. We need to top deck something. So that's 2, 4, 6. It's not enough. So the top decks weren't with us after that guy completely shit the bed that turn. I shouldn't have Flameshadowed. Like, I should have just held up Reprisal. I mean, Twin Bolt's lethal anyways, so I should have just swung with both. I didn't play my land, but I have 3 reds. Now, actually, if I top deck Chandra, I mean, it's still lethal, right? I don't know. I probably just through the games I didn't play my land either. Watch, I top deck Keenan and Kel. What? The fuck is that? Why do these guys always have necromantic summons? Does this thing have trample? Nope. Alright. Alright, so we have to somehow win next turn. I should have played out my land. Watch, I'm gonna be like 1 mana short of doing what I need to do. Or... nope, not gonna be enough. But let's see if he figures out that he can activate Nightfire Giant to beat me. We know his last card is Necromantic Summons. Yep, alright, so you figured it out. Good job, Hot Topic. I don't know. I probably like just not dealing with that husk when I had the chance probably cost me the game. But anyway, that's the Valor deck. Just like, you know, a bad token deck, but what can you do? Sometimes things just don't go your way. All right, that's it for now. Later, Internet.